Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, know that I appreciate you. Welcome to another day in the daily life of Jay. It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. And it is a rainy, cold, bad driver morning. And I only say that because I was just trying to turn, as you saw, maybe. And the person that was in the lane or on that street already was straddling the line. So I had to make a wider turn to get around her. But it is Tuesday morning, and it is raining. And I'm okay with the rain, but it is cold as well. So that's a problem for me. I don't mind the rain, but I do have an issue with the cold. Yeah. Did not sleep well again last night. So that is now 3 nights in a row that I have not slept well, and 2 of those nights, if not all 3, are because the husband didn't sleep well. I don't know what's going on with him. He doesn't know what's going on with him. But for the last 2 nights especially, he has woken up in the wee hours of the morning and could not go back to sleep. And instead of him just leaving the room as he had become accustomed to doing so that I could continue to sleep, what he is doing, especially for the last 2 nights. I don't remember if he did it for that first night, but the last 2 nights especially, he's been going into the restroom, of course using the bathroom, but then he proceeds to brush his teeth, scrape his tongue, and gargle. Now, oral care is fine. I don't have an issue with oral care, and especially for him, because of all of his other illnesses, and specifically the thrush or constant yeast. If you're not sure what thrush is, it is basically yeast. But because of that, his mouth is typically coated, and his teeth are deteriorating. So he is doing or taking as much of the precaution as he can to minimize the loss. So I don't have a problem with him and the oral care, but I do have a problem with it because it's usually sometime between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. and he leaves the bathroom door open, and it's the master bathroom, so it's connected to the master bedroom, and the process is not a quiet process at all. So it tends to wake me up. And then this morning, he decided to take a shower. So he took the shower first. Or did he do the teeth first? Whatever the case, he showered and he did the oral care. And so therefore, I am now awake. And I try to go back to sleep. And he did something else. So then I woke up again. And that was at 4. So, of course, I can't go back to sleep. So, I decided to pick up my phone and read the Word. I read my daily devotional. And then I checked in for Spotify because I want to see about putting my podcast on Spotify. And just having it there. So I'll look into that more. I did not get a a chance to look into it as much as I wanted to. I didn't do it at all last night because last night I recorded 2 spot videos, and I recorded them. The first one I got down first try. The second one I had to do like 3 times before I got it down. And then I decided to change something, and it had to be changed in both videos, and I could not do a voiceover. Not that I cannot do a voiceover, but I am not learned enough just yet in the video editing world to do the voiceover. So it's possible, I just don't know how yet. So I had to re-record both videos, and I wasn't like as happy with them as I was prior to, the other videos. I wasn't as happy with them, but I got it done. So now I have to edit those tonight. I still have to edit my live video. Even during the break, I mean, the video was done, but I did not get it edited, so it did not go up when it was supposed to, and I do not like that, because my whole goal for this year is to be more consistent with my creating, with my editing, and then with my posting. And not getting that video up on time is a problem for me. So I have to edit that video tonight, which will take a little bit longer than the other 2, because that video is a little bit longer than the other 2. The other 2 are like 5 minutes long. And if I cut out some of the ums and the dead air, it'll probably be exactly 5 minutes, if not shorter, because one video was 5 minutes and 33 seconds, the other video was 5 minutes and 43 seconds. So once I start doing the editing, it might end up being shorter than that. So yeah, I've got that to do tonight. Then I've got a conference call as well with the Writers Guild. I'm really very disappointed because I thought that we were at a place where we could release this book. I even have on my website the pre-sales for the book, and you can still, absolutely, you can still go there and purchase the book early to get the discount. I need to probably extend that out some more to get the discount, so that you don't pay the full price once the book is actually live and in hand. However, our editor decided to quit on us after being paid in full, and actually she did quite a bit of work. She actually taught me some things during the editing process. So she did quite a bit of work, but there was some creative differences, and she decided that it was best for her no longer to edit. And this happens. I'm actually going to do a teaching video on what to look for when you're writing a book. And there's a few things that you need to look for. I won't go into detail now, but there are a few things that you need to look for, to prepare for, to have in place when you're writing a book. So I'll do a video on those things, but then I'll do hopefully more detailed videos on each of those things. But yeah, so she did what she was supposed to do, but again, there were some creative differences, and she thought it best that she no longer be the editor for the book, which to a degree is okay. I'm okay with that, because one of the things that we found is that she really didn't have the time to dedicate to the book any longer. And every other meeting that we tried to schedule with her, we were not able to have for various reasons, but typically it was because of her schedule, because not only is she an editor, but she's also a minister. So her schedule is torn between those two professions, and one or the other is going to suffer. And the editing is suffering because the ministry is much more important, and I'm fine with, you know, the ministry being much more important. However, I wanted this book done so that we could get it launched, get it out there live soon. So we'll see what happens. I've got the conference call with the writers tonight. We're going to discuss the things that need to be discussed. Hopefully I'll have time to flesh out my bullet points, because I've got some things written down that I want to discuss with them. I don't know if I've got it in this notepad or another notepad. Lord help me. But I've got some things I want to discuss specifically with the writers, and hopefully we can still get this thing up and going. It is disappointing news for them. It's disappointing news for us, because we all thought that we were at a point where we could get this thing finished and printed, but we're not there. We're not there. We're close. We're really very close, because again, she did quite a bit of work, but that creative difference thing, and I understand it. I won't go into great detail about it because it has not yet been resolved, and I really don't want to turn anyone off as far as this whole process is concerned. Not from the book. It's not that I want to turn you off from the book, or I'm concerned about turning you off from the book. I'm not concerned about that at all. The book will sell. The book will sell itself. But because this Writers Guild has published so many books, there is a certain aesthetic that each book has. There is a level of continuity with each book, so you can tell that all of the books belong to the same Writers Guild, not just by looking at the fact that the Writers Guild's information is on the front of the book or inside the book, but the look of each book is the same. And that was done purposely. We wanted people to be able to look at the books and say, oh, I know that this is a part of that Writers Guild because it looks just like this one, this one, this one, and this one. And the issue was that whatever it was that she was trying to do, she being the editor, whatever it was that she was trying to do, it was taking this particular book out of that aesthetic. It was taking this particular book out of that continuity. And that was a problem for the CEO of the Writers Guild, the CEO and senior guild master. It was a problem for her, which very well it should be. And instead of the editor understanding where the CEO was coming from with her request of continuity, she believed that what was happening was compromising or jeopardizing her reputation as an editor, because she did it the way that she wanted to do it and not the way that the senior editor and CEO or senior guildmaster and CEO wanted it done. And it was strictly because of the continuity, as far as I can tell, based on the conversations that I've had with them, based on the communication, the written communication that's gone back and forth between them. As far as I can tell, it was all about that continuity, that creative process, that creative difference. So, yeah. But I'm excited because we are still very near the actual printing and making it go and going live with it. We have, I think, selected a printer. I will talk about that with them tonight. So yeah, I'm excited. This is just a hiccup in the road. This is just a speed bump, and it's forcing us to slow down and reevaluate some things, because that's what speed bumps do. Hiccups make you pause and gather your breath. So that is what we're doing. We are going to pause. We're going to gather our breath. We're going to reevaluate the process and what it is that we are each expected to do. Not just financially, because it's more than finances, but in the area of commitment. That's the word I'm looking for, commitment, in the area of commitment. So yeah, so that's what's happening thus far. I may get back on here tonight. I'm trying, like I said, to be more consistent with creating the content, creating the videos. And then once I get clicked into the editing, you know, being consistent with editing, excuse me, and then of course being consistent with posting. So I have several videos, a total of right now, not including the two from last night and the live video, I have 39 or 40 videos to edit, which is why there's been nothing coming up on the channel. But hopefully by the time you all see this, there will be a few videos up, because they've been edited over the last couple of days, but over the next couple of days. But yeah, so yeah, I may get back on here tonight, but in case I don't, peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you. I pray that you're having an amazing day, and I'll talk with you guys later.